I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another PayPal request, this time for Joseph, who wanted my thoughts on the 1985 film Silverado. First off, thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of video, you request to either send it directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. But Silverado is a film I had heard of for quite a few years, and this is the first time I had seen it. And I will say, first off, it has a really, really good cast. I mean, you got Kevin Kline, you got Scott Glenn, you got Danny Glover, Kevin Costner. One of the early roles for Kevin Costner that he got to be the star in. Also, you got Jeff Goldblum, Brian Dennehy, may he rest in peace, Jeff Fahey, also Brian James has a small supporting role. Joe Seneca, for those who don't know, if you're a big fan of the Blob remake from 1988, he played Dr. Meadows, the evil asshole, where Kevin Dillon said, "Yeah, Spearman got fucked up." He plays Danny Glover's dad. Linda Hunt, some people might not know who she is. She was in The Relic. She was in a lot of stuff. The Year Living Dangerously with Mel Gibson. She was on the TV show with LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell. What I'm getting is the cast really helps this film. The cast makes the film at the very least watchable, and I thought it was a decent flick. It had a fun, exuberant energy to it. The actors and the characters were fun to watch. It has all the stuff you want out of a western. You got shootouts, you got brawls and saloons and jailbreaks, and I guess I was a little bit disappointed, and I'm not exactly sure why, because I heard so many wonderful, excellent things about it, and overall I thought, yeah, I liked it. I don't think I would ever see it again, but I liked it. It did have a fun tone to it, and the actors did their jobs rather well, and the score had that adventurous western quality to it. If you're particularly a fan of westerns, it's definitely worth a look. And there's a lot of nice moments where Danny Glover's beating up the folks in the bar because they don't take his kind, or when he has a gun and he's like, "I don't want to kill you and you don't want to be dead." That was exciting. That was satisfying. A moment where Kevin Costner has two guns and shoots two right at the same time, and the way that was shot, where you see behind him and he pulls out the two guns, pew. And Kevin Costner, his character, where he's for the most part, laughing, or like before Emilio Estevez played Billy the Kid, and the way Emilio played that character was laughing and having fun. Kevin Costner kind of did that before, while I do prefer Young Guns much more than this, although I'll take this over Young Guns too. I'm just saying that performance Emilio gave, the predecessor to that, in a way is kind of Kevin Costner's role in this. But Kevin Costner, it didn't seem like he was in this as much as I thought he would be. I mean, he's in it quite a bit, but at the same time, it seems like there's certain chunks where he disappears. Like, at first it's Kevin Kline, Scott Glenn, and they meet up and they ride off, and then they eventually meet Kevin Costner and Danny Glover. And then I think it was one of those things where I was enjoying the first half more. Introduced to these characters, like you got Scott Glenn, this shootout, and he kills like 2-3 guys. Then Kevin Kline's character who oh, I'm sorry, I coughed, so someone's gonna be pissed at me. Just God forbid I cough. But then you have Kevin Kline who kills these thieves and who left them in his Long Johns, and there's a shot where it shoots at his crotch and it barely misses it, so there's a hole in the Long Johns, but then he takes care of the guy. Kevin Kline's definitely more low-key role for him, because I think of Kevin Kline, I think of whether it be In and Out, whether it be A Fish Called Wanda, or even Wild Wild West. And this is much more of a low-key type of humor for him. I was a little bit caught off guard. Not that it was bad, but it just a bit caught off guard with that. I guess I thought Kevin Kline would be a little bit more... I didn't think he would be as subdued as he was in this. And then they meet Danny Glover, then ultimately they meet Kevin Costner, who plays Scott Glenn's brother. And like I said, the first half of the film, where it shows the jailbreak and how they got out of jail, and then the 4 ride-off, and they helped this wagon train of settlers. Then when they get into town, they all go their separate ways. And I was really enjoying their time together. I guess I wanted even more of the 4 of them together. And when they had to split off, it sucked a little bit of the fun out of it for me. But at the same time, you have a lot of great actors working together. Kevin Kline dealing with Brian Dennehy, who's one of our main bad guys, who has a history. He used to be friends with Kevin Kline's character. Danny Glover, who sees his father and then finds out that his sister has been thrust into prostitution. Kevin Costner, his character, falling in love with this chick. So then each one having their own little stories. Jeff Goldblum, interesting here, he's playing a gambler who you can't trust. And spoiler alert, starting out spoilers, it's a bit surprising that Jeff Goldblum becomes one of the bad guys, and then Danny Glover stabs fucking Jeff Goldblum. So I just never thought I'd see the day that fucking Danny Glover stabs Jeff Goldblum. I know that's a weird thought to have, but it's my thought. And Kevin Kline has a showdown with Brian Dennehy's character, and it gets the job done of what it's trying to do. I guess I just didn't love it tremendously as much as other people did, but I did have fun for what it was. If you like an entertaining Western that does have that adventurous quality to it because of the cast, because pretty much all the cast are really into the role. You can tell they really enjoyed the script. They wanted to do what they could with it. They were not sleepwalking. And it just, when it got to the middle, it felt a bit overstuffed. Maybe that's what it is. It felt a bit overstuffed because you got the Danny Glover story in, then you got to get the stuff with Scott Glenn in, then you got this stuff with Kevin Kline in, then you got to get stuff with Kevin Costner in, then you got to get this stuff in. And it doesn't do a bad job with it. There's a lot worse movies that do that. It wasn't a boring film, but I just wish there was even more of the four together. Pretty much the next time they join all four together is at the end of the film. And then they part ways, and that's that. So, kind of like in Young Guns, where for the most part they're all together. There are a few times they go here and there, but for the most part they're all together as a team. I kind of thought maybe that would be the case for these four. And that wasn't. I was a little bit disappointed with it. But it's not like a big, oh, this gets an F now because of that. It's still, like I said, rather well done flick. Made by Lawrence Kasdan. And like I said, the cast really makes the film work. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.